Hey, y'all, bunch of puncher here, and I got a different type of video for y'all today. I've kind of done this in the past, but granted, I've never done it as a video. I like to make kind of tier lists for myself in different types of games, but not like traditional tier lists of like who's good or who's bad, because those are like a dime a dozen, whatever. I think it's kind of boring, but I like to kind of do off tier lists. For example, a while back ago, I did a tier list of in Street Fighter 6 of who I find the most annoying to fight versus who I find like the least annoying to fight. And I thought I would want to do that again with 2XKO because I've been getting back to the game right now. I'm working on trying to unlock Caitlyn, and I might, I think I'll put out a video when I do unlock her, giving my like kind of impressions of her as a character. But I figured since, while I'm trying to unlock her, I'll kind of make a tier list of characters that I like playing in 2XKO versus characters that I just don't really care much for. And so you can see the tiers I have here are my main team, my go-to team. Subs are characters that, if I'm getting tired of playing my main team, I sub like one character out for like one of these other characters that I have in this tier. Cool but wonky are characters that conceptually I like, but for one reason or another, I just don't vibe with how they play. Like there's maybe one thing that they do that just kind of throws me off. And then last one, not for me, just characters that I just don't like at all. So starting off, my main team, if some of you have been following my 2XKO videos, Blitzcrank and Teemo. Blitzcrank, I think I've full committed when he first came out. Like at this point, I've bought two costumes for him, so I think I'm a ride or die Blitzcrank. I love grapplers. Blitzcrank hits that really nice dopamine rush of when you land a grab with him, and then you could like combo into the grab in the corner. Chef's kiss, no notes. And especially for context, I'm recording this like after the Caitlyn patch, so Blitzcrank just feels even better. Like he could finally contest properly in neutral, and it's just this feels so good. Teemo was kind of a surprise one for me. At first, when I tried him out, I can't remember if I talked about this in my other 2XKO video, but at first when I picked up Teemo, I couldn't really like gel with him. But I think trying him out again, I just slowly start to fall in love, which is weird because usually I'm not into like the trap zoner type characters in other fighting games. But in general, I think I just really like how zoners feel in 2XKO. I have no idea why. Um, Maybe it is something with a team mechanic. I like. In general, I honestly just like this team mechanic of Blitzcrank and Teemo, one close range, one far range type of hero. I think it kind of creates like this weird mental game against your opponent where they have to deal with like two different types of dynamics as you like interflow between them. It just feels so nice. And especially with Teemo, I play a very lame Teemo, right? Just like planting mushrooms, keeping them far away. I know there's cooler stuff you could be doing with them, like mushroom loop combos in the corner and stuff like that. Maybe if I get better at the game, I'll try practicing that more. But no, Teemo's a ton of fun. I know some people might hate fighting. Granted, sometimes I hate fighting against Teemo too, but like he's fun. He is fun. I'm not gonna lie. So let me go in order here. Ari, not for me. I'm not really big into. I can see why people like her, but for me, I'm just not really into like the high mobility air dashing type of character that she is. Yeah, just not for me. Her projectile game, like it's not the same as like playing Teemo or any other zoner, right? Yeah, just not for me. And Ari, I've never. I think Ari's. Do I like Ari as a character? I think she's okay. I mean, not for me. Not for me. The whole Katsune thing. I don't know. Yeah, not for me. Oh God, I'm getting into a lot of Echo. Not for me. I think there's cool. I've seen cool things that you could do with him, like the whole setup where if you hit somebody with an orb. It does the slowdown, then you can rush in and combo them. That looks cool. I'm not gonna say it doesn't look cool and stuff like that, but again, I don't know, just not really for me. There's just not really much there for me. I'm not really into that type of. I don't know how you classify Echo, like a rushdown kind of. I mean, yeah, I guess like mainly rushdown. It's because he has like I mean, he obviously has like a projectile and stuff like that, but nah, just not really for me. I just couldn't vibe with him, you know. Which I mean is what it is. I just can't really vibe with him. Yasuo also not for me. I'm not really into. I don't think I really play a lot of like stance characters, which is kind of what Yasuo utilizes in his toolkit. Again, I think there's some cool things about him. I like that automatic cross-up move. That just caught me quite a few times, believe me. But nah, just ultimately not really big into the stance characters. I think like he looks cool. I guess that's one thing I could say about like the entire roster is that they look cool. I don't think there's any like really lame character to think like, oh man, why are they in the game? But yeah, just ultimately not for me. Darius is a sub. Before I picked up Teemo, I was using Blitzcrank Darius. Darius is just like a good all rounder. I like the damage that he does. It does feel like very satisfying to get I don't know what the move is called. I just call it like headless, where he just slams the opponent, and it is fun. It does give me kind of that rush of like the grappler dopamine. That so yeah, Darius is fun. I think if he's always like the good go-to if you can't figure out like the other character you want to play, but you want to play as a team. Darius is always a good pick for that. Alawi, cool but wonky. I like her as a character. She does have like some grappling aspects to her. I don't know if I would call it like really a grappler because it's like a very soft grappler. I wouldn't say that's like the core of her game plan. It's certainly a part of it, but like I like the cool tentacle set of things. But this is what Alawi is actually the reason why I thought I wouldn't like Teemo, because Alawi kind of has like a similar concept of like you have to set up like instead of like mushrooms you have to set up like these tentacles for like corner pressure and stuff like that, and I just didn't really like it with Alawi for some reason. But with like character like Teemo, I like his whole setup thing more. I don't know why, but yeah, like I think she's very cool. But I just can't. It's mainly the tentacle thing for her. Like if she was a grappler, I would probably put her in as a sub. If she was like more of a devoted grappler, I think I would put her in as a sub. But for the time being, I think she's cool. I can respect what she does. Not for me. Braum, cool, but not for me. Braum was another one that I thought I was going to like more. I like. I can't remember which tag move he does, but it's like the one where he basically comes out and he has like the shield. And I thought I was going to use that in tandem with Blitzcrank because, he could block projectiles coming in. And then as Blitzcrank, I just focus on getting in. But I know, again, I just couldn't really gel that much with him. Granted, I haven't tried him since post the Caitlyn patch where he's gotten like a lot of improvements. And I like Braum as a character too, just in the context of like League of Legends. So I might want to, maybe if I try him more, I'll put him up as a sub. But for the time being, like I respect what he does, not really for me. Jinx is a weird one. I'm gonna put her in as she's a soft sub for me. I've tried her like once or twice, and she is kind of fun, but for what it's like whenever I play her, I always think like, oh, why am I not just playing Teemo, right? Because she also has kind of some of the trap setups with like a few of her moves, like the floating monkey bomb, like the ground grenade thing and stuff like that. But it's not the same. Like her focus, at least from my understanding, is more on kind of how would you say, like just throwing out projectiles, filling the screen with projectiles, like the machine gun and the rocket. Again, I haven't tried her post the Caitlyn patch, so maybe improve stuff like that for her. I don't really know. I like her. I don't know what you call it, like the hype beam. I call it like the hype beam super, like where she just sends out the huge beam as part of her super. Really fun to combo into. But yeah, she's a soft sub for me. I don't know if like I just don't think I'm consistent enough with her to like. I mean, yeah, I'd put her. I would just leave her as a sub. Vi, unfortunately, I thought she'd be a sub for me. I think she's cool but wonky. She has really good assists move. Assists moves. Wow, why am I messing this up? Like for example, she has that one assist where it like basically creates like the pillar to catch people in the air. Consistently good. But I don't know what it is. For whatever reason, I just can't really like gel with her. And I know there's like more complex techniques I haven't even really touched on with her. Like she has like some electric fist type cancel stuff reminiscent of like what you'd see in like Tekken or something. But yeah, I thought again she was also going to be another one of the ones that I put on my main team because I did try her out for a little bit, but ultimately I just couldn't get her to like work out in the way that I wanted to. Very cool character though, very cool. Last one, Warwick. Now, funny thing with Warwick, pre-patch I probably would have put in cool but wonky, but with improvements that they made to a lot of his routing and stuff like that, I think I might put him as a sub. Okay, so for context, I was trying to save some credits to originally buy Caitlyn when she came out, but I didn't know that they were gonna have like a 3 week gap before you could buy Caitlyn with the credits. So I thought, oh, well, I guess I might as well just buy Warwick to try him out more, and especially since I read like a lot of the patch improvements on him, and I do like him. I think I like him now. Again, he's like usually not an archetype I really go for. I from what I guess he's kind of like a rushdown ish character, which again I don't really gravitate much towards. But I don't know. I do think he's kind of fun. I like the whole install that he gets. If you, I can't remember the context. Like if you do enough damage or something, he gets like an install that activates. Comboing into a lot of his stuff is easier now. And yeah, I just think he's very cool. With the tier list I have here, Caitlyn isn't added yet as an option. But I haven't tried her yet. I'm really curious to see if I'll like her enough to put her as a sub or even to mainline her. I doubt it though, man. It's going to take a lot for me to move off of the Blitzcrank Teemo team. I just really like them. I have a lot of fun with them. I guess I will say while I'm here, so on one hand, I knew that eventually they were going to add Caitlyn as a character. She's way too popular, especially with like Arcane and everything. I kind of wish they didn't add Caitlyn to the roster now. I wish they had maybe fleshed out some of the other or added characters of other archetypes to this game. Like it still feels weird that Blitzcrank is really like the only grappler. Again, you have soft grapplers like Alawi, and Braum has a command grab, but I guess like what's the line? But like with how you classify a grappler. But yeah, or at the very least, another Shoto like character. You have like Darius, kind of. Echo has Shoto like qualities about him. I don't know if you'd really count him as one though. But some people were saying like, oh, are they gonna experiment with like puppet characters? Which I'm not sure if they will, because I think that'd be very weird for like a team-based fighting game. But yeah, I just think it's weird to have like another zoner. Like I think that makes like 3 zoners, and it's gonna be a very. I mean, so far from what I've played, it's not. I don't know how. I mean, I can't really say how much it's been affecting the meta, but at least from my matches, it hasn't been. Luckily, it hasn't been like insane zoning, mainly because of a lot of the nerfs that they did to projectiles and I think the backdash movement. So far it hasn't been a problem with having like this many zoners in the game, but I still think it's just kind of weird to have Teemo, Jinx, and Caitlyn as the zoners. And granted, they do play differently enough to where I don't think there's an issue of like gameplay overlap. It's just not the direction I would have gone. I think I would have waited a little bit before adding um, Caitlyn, but it is what it is. Hopefully, I have fun with her. When I unlock her, I hopefully can put out a video giving my impressions of her. I hope that I like her. But that's going to be it for me. If you want to see more type of content like this, leave a comment down below. Like, comment, subscribe, all the jazz. And thank you so much. Take care.